Football picks. This is action here for Thursday, September 1st. I'm Tony T with a college football pick show here for Thursday's action. Well, we have all 7 games for Thursday. We also had a couple for Saturday. Before we get started, just a couple things. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Free college football picks are updated all season long. Free picks every day from all the major sports. We also have NFL, Major League Baseball, WNBA, CFL, and more. It is a good time to subscribe. And also, if you would support our channel, like the video, hit the thumbs up. We greatly appreciate it. Then visit Tony'sPicks.com, our multi-capper site showcasing our top cappers in the industry. Click the link to our hot cappers. Guys like Paul Gredos has been hot. Nick has been on fire. Tiffany's put up good numbers as well. So has Ben. Click the links. Get signed up to one of their long-term passes. You'll find our premium picks at the top of the page. Our free picks as well here on the drop-down. I'm the top unit producer in baseball, by the way, over at Tony'sPicks.com. If you're looking for our latest premium picks, you'll see some packages offered here on the homepage. And you can also click the best bet. Each capper can designate one best bet per sport per day. You'll find that over on our site. You can also click the $15 premium pick. Each capper can designate one of their premium picks as a $15 premium pick. You'll see our pick there here showing individual picks for sale as well. Our promo code, you can save 20% off all premium pick packages. When you use that promo code TonyT at checkout, you can access our page by clicking the link in the description. Then the All Cappers tab, get signed up. Also love to hear from you guys, so post your picks in the comments below. And we are looking for cappers. If you'd like to apply, go to Tony'sPicks.com footer section to submit your form. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get this one started. West Virginia versus Pittsburgh college football pick. This one here is on Thursday. Neil Brown enters his 4th season at West Virginia. Team finished at 6-7 a season ago, losing 18-6 to Minnesota in their bowl game. Mountaineers returned 7 on offense, 4 to the defensive side of the football. Team will look to Georgia transfer J.T. Daniels at quarterback. Graham Harrell is now the offensive coordinator at West Virginia, so fast tempo passing style will be implemented. West Virginia returns all 5 of their offensive line, and under this new passing style, they won't have to hold their blocks as long. Now, the Mountaineers look to JUCO and Division I transfers to stock their defense. Pat Narduzzi enters his 8th season at Pitt. 7 starters on offense and defense return. Of course, Kenny Pickett exits the program for the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Panthers fill his spot with USC transfer Keaton Slovis. He will have all the 5 offensive linemen back from last season. Pitt was an outstanding defensive team last year, ranking 18th nationally in yards allowed per play, 6th in rushing defense, held opponents to just 2.6 yards per carry on the ground. The teams were able to throw the football on the Panthers, though. Passing game keeps Mountaineers close enough here. The play here will be West Virginia plus 7.5. Central Michigan versus Oklahoma State college football pick for Thursday. Jim McElwain returns for his 4th season at Central Michigan. The program finished at 9-4 last year, defeated Washington State in the Sun Bowl. 7 starters return on offense, but only 4 to the defense. The offense has balance, and teams the leading ground gainer from 2021 returns back in Lou Nichols. He ran the ball for 341 yards. He didn't have good rushing yards last year, 1341. Daniel Richardson returns for his sophomore season under center. He led a passing game, sitting 27th in the nation with 267 yards a game. Now, Central Michigan was good defensively in 2021, ranking 8th on 3rd down and held opposing ball carriers to just 3.5 yards a carry. The teams were able to move the football through the air against the Chippewas for 280 yards. But the front 7 lacks experience for a team that led the nation in sacks last year. Now, Mike Gundy enters his 18th season at Oklahoma State. Team went 12-2 last year. They beat Notre Dame in the Fiesta Bowl. 7 starters return on offense with only 4 on the defense. Quarterback Spencer Sanders is back along with 4 starters on the offensive line. 2 key playmakers exit, and running back Jalen Warren and receiver Tay Martin. The defensive line is experienced here for the Cowboys, but only 1 starter in the back 7. Too much lost here on defense to lay over 3 touchdowns here. Oklahoma State was a top 10 defense on 3rd down, yards per play, rushing yardage, total yardage, and points allowed. But again, it's hard to replicate with the players exiting here. And the Chippewas are no pushovers under McElwain. The play will be Central Michigan plus 21.5. Ball State versus Tennessee college football pick. This one here is on Thursday. Mike New returns for a 7th season at Ball State. The team went 6-7 in 2021, getting blown out against Georgia State in their bowl game. Cardinals returned 7 starters on offense, 5 of their defense. John Paddock to start at quarterback. He has a small size, under 6 foot. 3 starters return to the line as do 2 receivers and a starting running back. Offense took a tumble in 2021, ranking 93rd in scoring, 107th in yards, and 4.8 yards per play, which was good for 113th in the nation. The run game produced only 3.7 yards a carry. Defensively, the Cardinals allowed 29 points, 418 yards a game. They struggled to get off the field on third down and surrendered 185 rushing yards a game. Tennessee head coach Josh Heupel returns for his second season. Volunteers finished 7-6 last season, losing to Purdue 48-45 in their bowl game. The team returns 8 starters on offense, 7 to the defense. Senior quarterback Hendon Hurden returns, along with the Vols' leading rusher. Of course, Hooker is a run threat who averaged nearly 5 yards a carry last year. Top receiver is back, and the Volunteers used transfer portal to stock their playmakers. Defensively, the team needs improvement inside the red zone, where they ranked 119th. Volunteers saw their point production improve last season as they averaged 38 points a game. They were top 10 nationally on third down and in total yards. They averaged 5 yards a carry on the ground, 9.1 yards per pass attempt. Back on November 29th, they faced mid-major South Alabama at home and crushed them 60-14. The play here will be Tennessee minus 35. Penn State versus Purdue college football pick. This one here is on Thursday. James Franklin is in his 9th season at Penn State. The Lions finished at 7-6 last season, losing 24-10 to Arkansas in their bowl game. 7 starters return on offense for Penn State, with 4 to the defense. Senior quarterback Sean Clifford returned under center for his senior season. 2 starters are back on the offensive line, with many of his playmakers back. Offense struggled a season ago as Nate Lions averaged 24 points a game, just 365 yards. But remember, Clifford was injured last season. They were 105th in the nation in yards per play, plus just 3.3 yards a carry on the ground, which was 115th nationally. The offensive line provided really poor quarterback protection. The team was 6th defensively, though, giving up just 17 points a game, 4.6 yards per play, which was good for 11th in the nation. Jeff Brom is in his 6th season with Purdue. 7 starters returned on offense and defense. The Boilermakers finished 9-4 in 2021. They beat Tennessee 48-45 in that Music City Bowl. Of course, Aiden O'Connell returns under center, an accurate passer that averaged 72% completion rate. His top running back returns, but gone are his top 3 receivers. 3 starters returned to the offensive line. Purdue held opponents to only 22 points a game in 2021, doing a good job on third down and allowing only 209 yards passing. Offensive line, the concern for Nate Lions, and opening up here on the road won't help things. The play here will be Purdue plus 3.5. Louisiana Tech versus Missouri college football pick. This one here is on Thursday. Sonny Cumbie enters his first season at Louisiana Tech. The team finished at 3-9 last season. 6 starters return on offense, with 8 to the defense. Matthew Downing gets the start at quarterback, who transfers in from TCU. Offensive line returns 3 starters for a unit that struggled in pass protection and ran for only 3.5 yards a carry. Bulldogs defensively allowed 33 points at 420 yards a game. Opponents passed for 247 yards on this Bulldogs team, completing 65% of the throws. Missouri head coach Eli Drinkwitz returns for his 3rd season. Team went 6-7 last season, losing to Army 24-22 in their bowl game. 6 starters return on offense, with 8 on the defense. First-year starting quarterback Brady Cook has seen spot action with his 59 passing attempts. The Tigers lose their top running back from last year in Tyler Beatty, who rushed for 1,670 yards, 54 receptions out of the backfield as well. Missouri was a very poor defensive team in 2021, allowing 34 points and 440 yards a game. Now, opponents rushed for 222 yards on this Missouri team for 5.1 yards a carry. Tigers tried to fix these issues in the transfer portal, but it's tough to ask Missouri to cover almost 3 touchdowns. The play here will beat Louisiana Tech here at plus 20.5. New Mexico State versus Minnesota college football pick. This one here is on Thursday. Jerry Kill is in his first season with the Aggies. 4 starters on offense return, with only 9 on defense. They fell to 0-1 on the season with a 23-12 home defeat to Nevada. The run game produced only 85 yards on 25 carries against a Wolfpack team in a total rebuild. Both quarterbacks combined for 4 interceptions. Kill is a defensive-minded coach that has built really good defensive teams and ran the football on offense. P.J. Fleck returns for his 6th season at Minnesota. The team finished at 9-4 last season, beating West Virginia in their bowl game. Team returned 6 starters on offense and defense. Of course, Tanner Morgan is back for his senior season at quarterback, and just completed just 59% of his passes last year. And really surprised he's still starting, especially with all these transfers floating around in college football. He has definitely held back this program. Now, the Golden Gophers have been hit hard by injuries at the running back position in recent seasons. They do have a lot of depth there, but only 1 starter returns on the offensive line. The Gophers' defense solid last year, holding teams to just 17 points, 278 yards a game. Teams average only 3.4 yards a carry on this Golden Gophers defense with 6.4 yards per pass attempt. Now, New Mexico State will struggle to get points on Minnesota. Expect the Golden Gophers, though, to keep it on the ground here against a weak opponent. They don't want Tanner Morgan throwing picks here in this one to give them a sweat. So the play will be New Mexico State and Minnesota under 53. BYU versus USF college football pick. This one here is on Saturday. BYU finished at 10-3 last season, earning a trip to the Independence Bowl, losing 31-28 to UAB. Kalani Sitake returns for his 7th season at the school. This is an experienced team with 8 starters back on offense, 11 to the defense. Jalen Hall returns at quarterback with 4 starters back on the offensive line, plus an addition of a transfer from Oregon. The Cougars' offense produced 33 points and 452 yards a game. They do lose a starting running back, but the backup returns, as does transfer here from Cal to help in that running back position. BYU a season ago held teams to 25 points and 389 yards a game. Jeff Scott returns for his 3rd season at South Florida. The team went 2-10, hasn't made a bowl game since 2018. They do return at 10 starters to the offense, 9 to the defense. Gary Bohannon, a Baylor transfer, expected to start at quarterback. Now in his 12 starts, a 63% completion rate, 18 touchdowns, 7 picks. Biggest challenge for USF is improving a defense that allowed 476 yards, sitting 123rd in college football. Opponents put up 35 points a game on the Bulls. USF defensive line gets help with transfers, but stick with their starters from last year in the secondary. USF 7-0 to the over in their past 7 games when they've allowed at least 28 points. Bohannon, an upgraded quarterback for USF, will play faster this season. With Bohannon at quarterback and the upgrade, USF will be playing faster this season. The play here will be BYU and USF to go over a total of 58.5. Texas State and Nevada college football pick. This one here is on Saturday. Texas State finished at 4-8 in 2021, missed their bowl game. Head coach Jake Spavital is in his 4th season. The Bobcats returned 9 starters to the offense, 5 on defense. Arkansas State transfer Lane Hatcher is under center and improves the position from a year ago. Offensive line returns 4 starters plus their top running back, including Calvin Hill, who averaged 5.6 yards a carry. The defense a season ago gave up 32 points, 430 yards in a game in the bottom quartile here of college football. Team was 114th in the nation getting off the field here on 3rd down. Now, Nevada, an inexperienced team, returned only 2 starters on offense and 4 on defense for first-year head coach Ken Wilson. Former head coach Jay Norville exited for Colorado State and took many of his players with him. They opened the play last week at New Mexico State, came away with a 23-12 win. They built up a 17-0 halftime lead, but finished the game with only 78 passing yards. The run game generated 179 yards on 45 rushing attempts. Now, neither transfer Illingsworth nor Cox were impressive under center. They got production on the ground and defensively. Now, Nevada has the benefit here of a game under the belt, but expect the Wolfpack to continue that ground attack here. So the play here will be Texas State and Nevada under 51.5. All right, that was our college football pick show here for a Thursday. Make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications. Visit TonySpicks.com for our premium picks. I'm Tony T. Back